into the United States. TV and the radio newscast announced that the president is missing and the nukes could be dropped soon. However, at the party, the host turns all devices off and he asks people to have fun. In the garden, Cooper entertains the kids with his cowboy act. After the show is over, Cooper watches in horror as a bomb falls in the city, with a huge explosion bringing the world to an end. The shockwave soon hits the house, and he breaks the windows, so everyone panics and he starts running. The hosts hide in their bunker, and he punch those who try to sneak with them, while others go away in their cars. Cooper escapes on his horse with his daughter, while more explosions can be seen in the distance. 219 years later, a privileged part of humanity lives in underground bunkers known as vaults because the surface has become too dangerous. Lucy lives in Vault 33 and has great skills that she uses to help the community, like pipe fitting science knowledge, teaching gymnastics and fencing. One day she asks the council for permission to participate in the triennial trade with Vault 32, an event that should allow her to get a husband, and the council approves her request. Lucy's family helps her get pretty for the occasion, and he even prepares a little party to celebrate. Then they escort her to the entrance of Vault 32, where she meets her future husband Monty, who is rather shy and awkward. Monty joins Vault 33, and after a ceremony to make the marriage official, the families enjoy the party. While everyone is distracted, Monty and Lucy go to their room and quickly get down to business. Meanwhile, Lucy's brother Norman visits Vault 32 and he is shocked to see a dead field of wheat. He enters the nearest house and he notices it's a mess, as if someone ransacked it. When he goes to a room in the back, he discovers that the vault leader, also known as Overseer, has been murdered. Suddenly, Lucy hears some noises and yelling in the distance. Soon she also hears shots, so she grabs her computer brace, known as a Pip-Boy, to scan Monty. It turns out he's from the surface, meaning he and his family are actually raiders that infiltrated the vaults. After raiding 32, they pretended to be locals to gain access to 33. Manny attacks Lucy and a fight ensues, which results in Manny throwing Lucy against the oven. Before grabbing a knife, Lucy soon recovers. Andy attacks to get the knife from him, yet Manny quickly overpowers her and he manages to stab her. At that moment, the alarm goes off and Manny gets distracted, so Lucy uses the chance to knock him out with a blender. Afterward, Lucy gets an injection and leaves her room, only to discover many of her loved ones have been killed, and this vault is being raided too. She gets some weapons and goes outside, killing a raider in the way. The party has become a battleground, as the locals fight the raiders, with both sides losing more and more lives every second. One raider even gets caught at the door and crushed. Lucy carefully moves around, shooting raiders when she has the chance. Norman almost gets killed too, but Lucy shoots the attacker first, then makes Norman hide at that moment. Molly finds her and tries to kill her, but Lucy's dad Hank knocks him down from behind and then continues hitting him before drowning him in a barrel of pickles. Then Hank and Lucy run to the quarter that connects the vaults and find the raiders have taken a bunch of hostages. Raider leader Mordoffer makes Hank choose between Lucy and the hostages, so Hank chooses Lucy. He locks her in a closet. And the raiders knock him out with tranquilizers. Maldiffa tells Lucy that she looks like her mother before leaving with Hank and the other raiders to the surface. On their way out, they tell the hostages to run before activating a bomb. Afterward, the survivors begin cleaning up, and the bodies are taken away for compost. Lucy uses a stapler on her stab wound, then joins the assembly to ask for a search party to find her dad. However, everyone refuses because the surface is too dangerous. Noticing his sister won't give up, Norman convinces gatekeeper Chat to open the door for her in secret. Chat wants to go with Lucy, but she tranquilizes him and he says goodbye to Norman before finally stepping out. This is the first time she sees the outside, so she's overwhelmed by the strong sunlight, the ruins of what used to be a city, the bodies everywhere and the vastness of the ocean. Somewhere else on the surface, Mex is training with the Brotherhood of Steel, an organization whose goal is to preserve advanced technology and deregulate its usage because they don't believe humanity can be trusted with it. They acquire technology to prevent an apocalypse. Mex is often bothered by the other cadets, who like to beat him up for fun. In class, the teacher also hits him when he fails to answer a question. One afternoon, a bunch of aircraft land on the training ground, and the students get to see knights wearing T-60 power armor, which makes them hope they can be lighted one day. Moments later after the night settled down, Max and his best friend Dane sneak around to look at the armors up close. And Max remembers the day he met a knight as a kid, which inspired him to join the Brotherhood. Sometime later Max learns that a bunch of cadets have been chosen to become squires and join the knights in the wild. This includes Dane. So Max is sad that he'll lose his only friend. The next morning, Dane screams when they put on their boots because someone has dropped razor blades in them, sabotaging their chances to leave. The leaders think Max did it, so they immediately take him away for interrogation. Max swears that he didn't do it, and that he's loyal to the Brotherhood, willing to do anything necessary to help, even if it's deadly to his surprise. These words get him Dane's position as a squire. Afterward Max attends a ceremony for his initiation. A knight heats up the metal hand and touches Max's back, leaving the mark of the Brotherhood as a scar. Then he joins a mission to brief. They must find a wanted man who escaped the Enclave, a paramilitary organization seen as the direct continuation of the US government. The group is given a picture of the man and his companion while they learn he's stolen a very dangerous object that must be retrieved to prevent a tragedy. Max is assigned to a knight and he lives in an aircraft, excited to get started elsewhere. A group of bounty hunters approach a fortress and kill the guard outside. They make it to the cemetery because they're searching for a notorious bounty hunter who has been held captive for several years. Apparently this hunter is kept buried alive, and once a year the fortress leader digs him up, cuts off a few pieces and buries him again. As they look around, they find a grave with a pair of 4 bags attached, and tubes emerging from the dirt. The bounty hunters realize this guy is a ghoul, which is the name given to mutated humans. Then the group digs up the coffin, and places the chicken in front of it as a test to check if the ghoul is mad or not. When they open the coffin, the ghoul emerges and it's revealed to be Cooper. He playfully picks up the chicken, and the group proposes they work together to secure a large bounty, which is the same guy the Brotherhood is after. They know the man is going to California to look for more graffiti, pointing out Cooper used to be from Sir. However, Cooper takes offense to the mention of his past, and he immediately attacks, killing 2 of the hunters and wounding the said one, who he throws into his old grave before leaving. A flashback then shows that in the Enclave, Dr. Wilczek helps with the dog breeding program. He doesn't approve of the Enclave's practice of incinerating newborn puppies that weigh less than 10 ounces, so he falsifies a record to spare the life of an underweight puppy. This dog is given the designation CX-404, and through the years Wilczek trains her to be a good, loyal pet who keeps him company while he experiments. In secret he creates a small pulsating blue bead, which he injects in his neck. One day a co-worker catches him red-handed, and he threatens to report him, so Wilczek struggles against him to stop him. CX-404 jumps out and attacks the guy, killing him to protect her master afterward. Wilczek and CX-404 escape the facility while avoiding gunfire from a turret, and now they're the wanted criminals the Brotherhood is after. But to Lucy, she wanders through the ruins. In a shack to discover the remains of a family who used poison to end things for themselves. It seems they thought that was better than living in the apocalypse. That night she sleeps by a campfire, only to suddenly be woken up by CX-404's growling, while the dog attacks a mutated roach hiding nearby. Lucy turns around and finds Wilczek staring at her. He then explains how rat roaches became larger and more predatory when they evolved from normal cockroaches. Wilczek urges Lucy to go home because the Wastelans are too dangerous, but Lucy refuses to leave without her dad. Disappointed, Wilczek says that her goals will change when the circumstances transform her into a different animal, and he leaves with CX-404 into the morning. Wilczek and CX-404 stop to rest by some discarded chemical waste barrels. CX-404 enters a cave and leaves, carrying a human hand in her mouth, making Wilczek realize a dangerous monster is nearby. Meanwhile, Max tries to bond with Knight Titus, but he's ignored eventually. Titus gets bored and he asks the pilot to drop them earlier, not chatting about their assigned area.